Nothing. There's just a little extra dirt on them. That's all I can say.
Okay, you want to start the podcast?
Sure. Are we going? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another edition of A Brew for 2 Podcast. I'm your host, Brad, along with my co-host, Derek.
Hello.
We have a few of our friends here tonight, my cousin Jack and our buddy Bill.
Would you hope your cousin jack up a horse?
Stop. It's not funny. It's not funny anymore.
This is episode this is episode 22 of the podcast, and we have lots of stuff to talk about this week. But first,
We do.
yeah, we got lots. We got lots. I actually had to be like, there was a lot of blow up in pop culture news this week because, like my brother-in-law put it, pop culture. There's gonna be some hit weeks and there's gonna be some misses weeks, and we've had a lot of miss weeks. But this week, it was kind of a hit because I found stuff that wasn't like, okay, fuck, Star Wars again? Fuck, MCU again? How many fucking...
Oh shit, people pissed off at fucking... What do people get pissed off at now? Like,
What don't they get pissed off at?
yeah,
babies. Everyone hates babies now. Didn't you hear the news?
Have you ever noticed you'll never see a baby named Karen? They just pop up.
Yeah, they just pop
30
out.
years old and want to speak to the manager.
Yeah, they pop out of the womb asking for the manager.
With that fucking haircut.
Oh, God.
What do you got for us?
But we're going to talk to you about the week. Well, Jack has been working a lot this week.
Yeah, fuck. I really shouldn't be though. Like I've been skipping out on a lot of schoolwork recently because I've just been taking so many fucking shifts. God, you know what? Everyone's talking about swim instructors and they're like, "Oh, you know what? It's such a good job. Why don't more people do it?" Because it fucking sucks. It sucks ass. Nobody. Okay, never mind. Keep going with the pop.
Okay,
culture.
so
I didn't
go on
realize
a
you
rant.
liked your job so much.
Oh, I love it.
It really sounds like you really just love
I actually really like my job. I just like to complain about it.
I watched a little bit of SNL.
Yeah.
John Mulaney hosted last week. Knocked it out of the park. Really funny man, John Mulaney. And he had David Byrne David Byrne was the musical guest who David Byrne used to be the lead singer of the Talking Heads.
Oh, I
So
thought I knew
he-
the name.
I thought I'd seen something about them like doing a show or something.
Yeah,
That
so
would be
he came on and performed Once in a Lifetime,
Ooh.
which is a great song. And I'm just like,
That's hot.
This is awesome.
There is water at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like about SNL right now is there's so much political comedy going on. Like
But you have...
Well, it's
You
also
have
the
to
time right
realize-
now with the elections and everything. Right?
Yeah,
so that's kind of what they
But
have
this
to do.
is the era of politics because it's such a... what's the word for it? Like, it's such shambles.
Oh yeah.
All over the continent that it's impossible for...
Oh, yeah, it's not even just America, it's Canada, it's pretty well everywhere right now.
yeah.
Like, no one's winning in the political department right now.
No.
We're all getting kind of screwed.
Well, no one wants to really do anything. They want to say they'll do stuff, and then they'll get elected, and then they'll say they're going to do it while they're elected, and then they won't do anything. And, that's the main joke that people say is, like, politicians are, liars who get jobs.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they lie out their teeth to get the job. Like, I'll do this if you vote for me. And they vote them in.
Yeah.
And then they do nothing about it. And it's like, well,
and then they're like, well, I'm here now, so...
you're kind of screwed for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
John Mulaney did a funny sketch, which was a play on A Sound of Music, and the song from Sound of Music, "I Am 16" going on. So they did a funny sketch where he's like, where the girl's like, "I am 16 going on 17," and then John Mulaney's like, "I am 16 going on 43," and he's like, it's like, what?
Then Chris Hansen comes out of the background.
And then he's like,
Take a seat.
and then he's like,
Take a seat.
and then he keeps going. He keeps raising his age, and like, soon I'll be 39. Like blah 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 blah. And he's
Going on 16.
And then it was hilarious. And then they do. Pete Davidson was on, of course, and they had a.
Love that man.
He's
Funny
a funny guy. He's a funny guy, but he just wants to be fired from SNL. And you can like
Just to say you
Well,
got
he
fired
acts
from
like
SNL.
Ricky Gervais did at the fucking
Oh, God.
Golden
Only
Globes.
Ricky Gervais can get away with Ricky Gervais stuff.
Or didn't he like just rip on like everybody?
Yeah, he just totally.
Like,
He's like, I want to make sure this is my last Golden Globes, so fuck you all.
Yeah.
But he knows.
Wanna
But
do
Ricky
it.
Gervais just knows if if he's on, if he or Amy Poehler and Tina Fey are on, that equals ratings.
100%. Ricky Gervais is hosting? Yeah, I'm going to watch it. It's going to be a fucking shit show. It's going to be great.
He's not going anywhere.
No. They probably have more viewership with him being on it than him not being on it.
Nobody else gives a fuck about the Golden Globes.
No, no one cares. Especially now with him.
Watch rich celebrities get rewarded for.
What?
Is this 2 years in a row now that he's hosted?
Yeah.
Two.
Four,
no, not two.
He's done 4.
He's done 5.
Oh, yeah, 5.
He's done 5. He's done 2011, 12.
Okay. I was thinking in a row.
I think he did 13. And then he took a break, and then I think he was back for 15, and then 16.
I would be curious to see the ratings without him on it, and then see the ratings with him on it. And they're probably just completely different.
In between, they had Amy Poehler host.
I mean, that's funny, yeah.
Who else was the big hit before the last 2 years? Because the last 2 years were Ricky.
And then
there was supposed to be...
Seth Meyers hosted last year.
Wasn't he?
Seth Meyers hosted last year because they had an interview with Ricky Gervais. And Ricky Gervais said, it's like, oh, you missed out on the Golden Globes. And like, if I were to host the Golden Globes last year, I would have been like kicked out. Like I wouldn't have had because the Me Too movement was happening. So he was going to probably roast on the Me Too movement.
Fuck.
Oh, he 100% would have too. He 100% would have. Who was, there was an actor that was supposed to host not the Golden Globes.
Kevin Hart?
I mean, the Oscars.
Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, Kevin Hart got fired.
Yeah, then that was I think that was the Me Too movement in the midst of that because someone went back through his tweet from like 2010 or 2009.
It was a video an old video of him at a strip club saying something.
Yeah,
about
it was also a tweet where he said the F word, like the slur for gay people. I'm not going to say it right now because don't
get us banned, please.
Yeah, I'm just not going to say it, but you know,
he said that, but it was also a very long time ago, and yes, he said it, but. It's also a totally different person, right?
That's the thing. People dig into years of history just to find something.
I would love if someone did that for me. Like, just go back through my Twitter. I've been on Twitter since 2009.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I joined Twitter in 2009.
I don't think it was a thing in 2009.
No, it wasn't.
It was me
and like 500 other people.
Snopes says that's false.
I've been on Twitter for a very long time.
Did you know we're older than Google?
Yeah.
Me, you, Bill, Jack, not so much.
Yeah, not me.
It was what, 1998?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still older than me, but still, it seems pretty young.
Fuck, you're young.
We're older.
Yeah, old men. Yeah.
Wait, are you 02?
Yeah.
No, I'm 01.
No, you're not 01.
I'm 01.
We're 10 years.
I know when I was born. I was born in 2001.
So you're turning.
He's 19 this year.
Oh yeah, you're 19.
Oh, fuck off! I'm not 2001.
I was in grade 4.
yeah, we were.
Oh my god.
We had just gone through Y2K the year before.
Yeah, we did. Also, I started rewatching How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, yeah, no, I was there for that. I was like, well, why?
Also, you know what I found out?
It's a great show.
It is a great show. I mean, I don't like it personally because I don't like many sitcoms that are like that.
That's literally like what he was doing. It was the exact same thing I do with that show all the time, which is literally just go pick a season, pick an episode, and start watching from there.
Yeah,
that is like my feel good. Like,
but then like I picked all the sappy sad episodes because I was feeling kind of like down this week. And I think it was because like Caleb and Teresa got engaged, and I'm like, oh, that's great for them. But then I'm like, shit, I'm single still.
You had to say that, didn't you?
Yeah,
because we're all still single.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
But like,
get fucked, losers.
But like no, I'm like happy for Caleb. I'm happy for Caleb and Teresa. They're finally engaged. They're getting married, and I'm just like,
they've been engaged for years, but
I'm like,
now he actually put a ring on it.
And I'm like, fuck. I'm more Ted Mosby than ever right now because I'm single. I'm good with the ladies, and like, okay.
I mean, was Ted good with the ladies? Really?
He was Ted Mosby, architect.
If you have no one else rating you, and you say you're good with the ladies, is it really fair to say?
I got laid on Monday.
That's cool, man. I don't care.
Yeah, there was condoms there. They're gone now.
I moved them because he pointed them out.
He came down here and was like, oh yeah,
this is a Christian household, thank you very much.
Oh god.
I think I just watched a porn something similar like that.
I think
this is a Christian household?
Well, yeah, the lady in there was like, this is a Christian household, you shouldn't be looking at scandally class women, and then it just...
Clad
women.
class.
Scantily clad.
But yeah, no. Then
So that was your week?
that was pretty much my week,
That's cool.
other than working.
Well, after I left on Saturday, I ended up binging Altered Carbon season 2. You watch that show?
I have not actually. I saw it on
Get
Netflix.
it. You should watch it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good.
People have told me it's really, really good, and I know
Yeah.
I'd probably like it. But
Season 2 just came out, and then I did that, and I was playing WoW all week, and also, this is more nerdy shit. You might care about this, but the Division 2 DLC came out on Tuesday.
yeah, no, my friends were talking about that. Yeah.
And I've just been enthralled with that all week. Oh my god. They made the game a lot harder, but also a lot easier. It's very weird to describe without you actually knowing any background about the game. But basically, it's like you get to the end game, you gotta like min-max all your gear and everything. Like, get this and get this and get this and have this stat on it and this stat. You need a spreadsheet. You literally need a spreadsheet for everything. And I'm at that point right now where it's just play for 5-6 hours when I get home and then go to bed. That's why I contributed nothing to this podcast this week. Besides the Rope the Rim thing.
Yeah, yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But also,
That's my week, but-
also, I mentioned before the podcast. I posted some How I Met Your Mother thing on Reddit. I also posted. I was following. I followed the TV shows. This TV shows Reddit, and I posted on that. What are some great soundtracks of TV shows? Like How I Met Your Mother, great soundtrack. The OC has a great soundtrack.
California.
Scrubs. And like people were getting back to me like Nurse Jackie. I don't watch Nurse Jackie, so
I've never.
One
I've
Tree
heard about
Hill.
that show, but I've never actually watched it.
Like
And
somebody,
One Tree Hill. Yeah.
One Tree Hill.
If you want some like,
Grays. So
you want
Grays
some like
out?
early 2000s like emo rock,
Maybe.
watch like or listen to the Vampire Diaries one.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I ever watched that show.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air actually has some really good tracks on it. When some of the dancing episods where they're just it's so great. Yeah.
But
Tonto, jump on it. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god, the gay version of that song. Jump on me, Tonto. Sorry.
It's a good thing none of our videos are monetized. That's great.
I mean, like, I don't think.
We'll get that one day.
I could monetize. I could monetize.
That's so true.
I could monetize, but the problem is we swear so much in them that I just fucking can't.
And we don't.
Exhibit
The funny thing is, we haven't like put beware explicit content on.
I have
any
on
of them.
YouTube.
You have on YouTube.
On YouTube, yes.
But like
It is-
none of the
It's
public,
age restricted.
none of the public podcasts that go up on Spotify after he uploads.
I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to add the.
You're the
explicit
tech
tag.
guy in this group. You're the tech guy.
But here's the thing. There's a lot of podcasts that I listen to that used to have the explicit tag, but now it's gone. So I almost feel like they've just gotten rid of it.
I don't think podcasts do it. I've seen like some music do it, obviously, but
That's
I haven't
what
seen
I'm
any
thinking. I think it
podcasts.
might have just been music I was seeing it on, and it's not actually on podcasts because a lot of the podcasts I listen to, like I listen to one like on serial killers. There's no explicit on it, like, and they're literally describing how people killed, dismembered, and do that kind of thing with.
And they're not listed as explicit at all.
Oh yeah,
no, like it like says it in it, like at the beginning, like viewer discretion is advised. Which we probably should do.
My sister used to listen to a podcast, and one of the topics were how many axe murderers were around in the early 1900s.
A lot.
Yeah. That's why my grandpa, my mom's dad, my grandpa would always say when you're done with the axe, put it in the shed and lock the shed.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, well, I was funny enough, I listened to a podcast actually, like that serial killers one, and they were talking about the servant girl killer, who would like back in like the late 1800s, he would go into like the servant housing out back, and he would kill people with axes, and he killed a lot of people, and he was never actually caught.
Yeah, no, these guys were never actually
30
caught.
hits, 30 people.
These axe murderers were never caught because of the technology back then.
Well, back then it was also the late 1800s, and racism was still very, very, very much a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So no one really looked into it when black people were getting killed. But as soon as one white person got killed, they were like, "Oh my God, call in the cavalry!" That's literally what
somebody calls somebody. There's a white man that just died.
They made a joke about that on Family Guy, where it's like It's like, oh, Becky Gunderson passed away. Oh no, sorry, that's Becky Gutierrez. Oh, that's not news.
only Family Guy, man. Only Family Guy.
Also, I got a hair product.
You have more?
Why the fuck do you, dude? When I was here last time, you said this.
Well,
You have more products.
Actually, yeah, you just got some last week.
no.
Week before, sorry.
You have more products than my mom.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. Yeah, no, because when I use my pomade, it doesn't like stay. Like when you use yours, it stays.
Yeah.
When I use mine, it doesn't.
I think your hair's too dry when you put it in. Honestly.
No, I've been putting my pomade in damp. Not dry, but damp. And it still doesn't freaking work. So I got some sea salt spray.
It's got shitty
Damp,
hair.
that sucks.
I got, my hair sucks. My hair sucks. But I hope my hair, I hope I end up like my grandfather, who had hair all his life.
Yeah.
I
don't want to go bald.
I cannot imagine you bald.
You know what?
It would look really weird.
You know what?
Especially right now.
I won't be able to concentrate.
I think I might go like I think I'm gonna hit gray at 32.
I've already hit gray.
Because that's what me and Jack's Uncle John said. He told me that one day where he was like,
what the fuck?
He was like, Brad, you know when you're gonna go gray? You're gonna go gray 32, because that's what happened to your dad, me, Brian. We all went gray.
I'm 45 in gray hairs in my goatee.
My dad at like 35 was already like the hairline back here, like gray hairs, like.
Yeah.
But that sea salt spray, it's a pre-styler. It's before you put the pomade in. You kind of spritz it in your hair, mess up your hair, and then use the pomade and to get it looking like what I have it like now.
Yeah, I got my
Bad?
hair like this right now.
Sorry.
Like that.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
My bad.
Damn, dude.
I get
Damn,
it.
dude.
No, it looks good though.
Yeah.
I like the
wrecked
product.
his man's
I'm
whole
sorry.
career.
You do a damage control there?
I see the opportunity.
Yeah, you see the opportunity.
It's so easy.
It is really easy. The door. I just opened the door and Jack just walked
It's
right
like,
through it.
oh, hey, how you doing? Stroll in with a fucking bucket of gifts. Just like, hey, here's my insults.
Okay, they're insult bay.
Christ's sake.
But yeah, so I think it's about time we get into things.
Yeah, we probably should do that.
But
30 minutes.
Tim Hortons Roll Up the Rim is back.
It is, because they said, well, here's the thing. Okay, so they said it wasn't coming back.
Roll Up.
And then people, I think, just got so fucking pissed off that Tim Hortons is like, hold up, we're going to have a mobile version of it. So you just link your card, and then when you purchase stuff, you use your card, and it goes to the mobile app. And it's like...
That's some 5-head shit right there.
So why the fuck don't you just bring the cups back?
Yeah.
I'm proud to say that I have divorced from Tim Hortons.
Where'd you go to?
I finally realized that there is far better anywhere else you go. Sorry, Tim Hortons.
What's your alternative?
7-Eleven.
It's not better.
Yeah, it is.
It's
What
not
the fuck?
better.
7-Eleven?
Or
Hortons
McDick's.
coffee so
Okay, you know
shit.
what? I agree with McDonald's. I think they have better coffee
because
than Tim's.
McDonald's coffee is the old Tim Hortons coffee.
Yeah, it
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Really?
it is. Yeah,
Okay.
this is a proven fact.
Despite Tim Hortons saying they have the same blend since '64, which is
I make
straight
fun.
out
I make
lie.
fun. I make fun of my mom when she's like, I went to McDonald's for coffee. I'm like, Mom, you're turning into grandma. Like,
Well, this is why I go to Starbucks.
It has such like an oaky flavor. It's nice.
I can't afford Starbucks.
I feel like a wine
Neither can
taster.
I.
actually, speaking of Starbucks,
It's so out of the way for me. Like 7-Eleven is right on East Main Street in Welland. I drive by it.
Literally, I leave my house, I turn on the Montrose, and there's a Starbucks right
Oh, that's
beside Burger King.
fantastic. Yeah,
It's right there.
Oh yeah, that's
I don't
Starbucks
live-
right beside Burger King.
Yeah, it's like right
I don't
there.
turn on to Montrose.
There's
so.
gonna be like they're building another Starbucks at the Freshco.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
stupid because it's just was one
There's one on-
beside the Rona.
There's two on Montrose.
Was there two?
Yeah,
Where's the other one?
because you know that plaza with Lowe's.
Oh yes, technically that is.
Technically,
Montrose.
that's
Yeah,
Montrose
yeah,
Road.
okay.
That big plaza with is Montrose Road.
Yeah, I guess that is technically. Yeah. Okay.
Because I googled.
So there is two on fucking Montrose.
Because I remember a long time ago, I was meeting a girl there for a date, and she didn't know where it was. I'm like, oh, it's just on Pin Oak Drive, and she's like, and she sends me the screenshot. I'm like, which one is it? I'm like, there's two on Montrose. I always thought it was on Pin Oak because it's.
I went to a date on the one on Thorold Stone in Montrose. The one by
That's the
Burger
one I go
King.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the only time I've ever
Yeah,
been.
because it's literally right around the corner from my house, so I can sit in my driveway before I leave, start my car, let it warm up, order it, go to Starbucks, boom, it's already ready to go. So
Like
great.
I'm a fan of their Starbucks hot chocolate. I'm a fan of hot chocolate anywhere.
Their white hot chocolate is literally, I swear, it's white Lindor chocolate.
Really?
That's what they used to make it, and it just tastes so fucking good.
And then it has your own name on it.
But
Great. So time I order
Swarly.
it. No fuck.
You know what? I have a place for you guys to try. If you've ever seen, have you guys seen Aroma Espresso Bar?
Heard of it, never been there.
They have the best hot chocolate you guys will ever fucking try.
So I've been to
so good.
Mate Cafe does a good hot chocolate, and Balzac's
I love
does a good
Balzac's. They have
Balzac's
really
does
good
a good hot
coffee.
chocolate.
Balzac's.
I've only had their coffee.
Their coffee shop is
Just
not
asking
like,
for jokes. I don't know.
I know,
who the
I know.
fuck
I
did
know.
that.
But
Balzac's is the balls.
Okay. Can we not keep saying
Balls?
yeah?
But yeah, Tim Hortons Roll Up the Rim is back, and I can't roll my R's worth shit.
I still link my card or download the fucking thing because I just don't care. I want my cup. I want the thrill of getting the cup and going, oh.
Or
I got
not
a
even
chance
doing
to play
that.
again.
No, do you actually do that? Because most people just do.
Well,
just
no,
do it
yeah,
with
no,
their
I
teeth.
do that. Yeah, no, I don't do it with the teeth. Fuck that. I am not a caveman. Okay.
I can't roll it up with my
person.
fingers. My fingers are fucking breadsticks. I can't fucking.
Oh my god.
So that's why you stopped going to work.
Baby. Their coffee makes my fingers swell.
Hot.
I also have I also have beef with the new Timmy's lids.
Those lids are.
They make a mess in my
Oh
car.
my god. I hate
There's-
those lids so
There's
much.
new lids.
Oh yeah, you didn't
Well,
know
new
that?
as of like a year ago.
Oh, yeah, I knew that, but I kind of just didn't notice because every time I get a Tim Hortons hot chocolate, I just never really noticed.
So, like the old ones, at least.
Yeah, the old
like,
ones where it's like you kind of open it like.
Well, no, I would
this.
see. I would open up. I would that person open up and push it in, right? So that if it's in the cup holder in my car, if I like hit a bump or something, it doesn't like splash all
Yeah.
out. But now with these ones, you can't do that.
It's the ventilation.
And you even if you push it in, it fucking goes everywhere.
Well,
anytime I go over a bump,
when
and it's so irritating.
Honestly, it works for me when you push it in, but
Yeah.
I have problems getting it back out. So I
Wait,
can
you
drink
really
it
gotta
again.
open the freaking lid.
Why are you fucking clapping your hands? What's going on over there?
I just got a dirty joke that
We're talking about a Tim Hortons lid. bro.
Brad,
and his
you need to
finger
be-
Get
went
your
like
mind
this.
out of the
His
gutter.
finger went like this.
Get your mind out of the
He
Brad,
made
you-
a motion with his finger. Like
Brad,
it's
do you
like,
need to be removed from the podcast?
no.
They call me Captain Hook. Okay,
God.
that's such a gross image.
It's so
Okay.
much worse.
Fuck, that's terrible. Okay, next topic. Hey, Brad, what do you got for us?
Let's just
man?
restart
Yeah,
this.
Well, the Batmobile was revealed.
Batmobile?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can we buy it?
Yeah.
No.
That's upsetting.
It's probably
It looks a lot like a car
Yeah.
instead
That's
of
what
a
it looks
tank.
like now.
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they're slowly like revealing this Batman.
Yeah, like
And if
They-
you
so
look at
far-
that picture, you can see a better looking version of the Batman suit.
Okay. Yeah.
and
And
it's
I
taken
saw
out.
people complaining about the Batman suit online.
Well, like,
Well, that's
the,
just
the biggest
screen
complaint
test, right?
that
Yeah.
I've had so far is just the chin.
But
Yeah.
he's gonna
Because
get the.
He just has the mask. He doesn't
just has
actually
the-
have the chin. He just has the mask, and all this
Yeah.
is exposed. And it's kind of just, I don't know. It's weird because we haven't really had a Batman that's had that in a long time.
sort of just looks
It's
like
a weird adjustment.
But
It's like
he's
a
gonna,
bit is,
he's
yeah.
gonna get the strap that around his jawline. He's
But
gonna
also,
get a strap.
you know what the biggest tragedy is?
What?
There's no bat nipples.
Well, who cares?
Like everybody fucking cares.
I want to see some bat nipples.
You
Full
want the bat
HD,
nipples.
4K.
Come
Shit can
on.
poke you in the eye when you look at the screen.
Ben Affleck had the bat nipples.
Want it 4D.
No, Ben Affleck never. They only did the bat nipples for George Clooney.
Well, we want them back.
But nobody wants Joel Schumacher's bat nipples back.
Everyone wants Joe Schumacher's bat nipples.
But like, it's gonna be
What
it's
the
gonna
fuck are
be
we talking about?
it's gonna be
Bat nipples.
it's gonna be bat
This is a
nipples.
mess.
He fucks bats.
He fucks bats. That's why they call me Batman.
Whatever you're into, I guess.
No, there's the television series. I don't know if you heard of it, Jack, but it's called Harley Quinn. It has Kaylee Cuoco voicing Harley Quinn, and like it has like
it's literally a rated R anime.
Basically,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Like, really good.
It's funny. Like Jim Gordon's an alcoholic. Like you see him like, and he's like Batman has scared the shit out of him so much in the series. He's constantly like shaking and like because like, Batman keeps sneaking up behind him.
Oh my God.
And then it's like Harley Quinn's like,
what?
Harley Quinn's like, oh yeah, you fuck bats. And he's like, I do not fuck bats. And then Jim Gordon's like, he totally fucks bats.
Fucks bats.
But this Batman series that's gonna feature Robert Pattinson as Batman, Colin Farrell as the Penguin. The Riddler's gonna be in it.
Are they confirmed Colin Farrell's the Penguin?
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a thing.
Oh, that's gonna be funny.
And then they recently cast these two twins from the Teen Wolf series. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who they're like. If you're like a teenage girl and watch shows like that, you know who they are right away. But like I'm just like, they're twins. Like the only twin actors I know are the guys who played Fred and George in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
okay.
Really, yeah.
But this will be like a noir themed Batman, and like so
it's gonna be very dark Batman.
It's gonna so like the only noir film that I can probably compare to is the Sin City franchise.
That's a different type of noir, though.
Yeah. That's what's called neo noir.
Yeah.
So it's just new noir movies, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is. If you're talking about noir, you're talking about like classic movies. So if I could actually fucking name anything, I'm the film student here, but
this guy.
There's lots, but it's just the most recent take on it is the Sin City movies.
Yeah.
Which basically, if you're thinking about that, that's basically what those movies were. Just actually black and white.
Yeah.
Instead of the
and like the Gotham cities.
Black and white, I guess.
Gotham City is going to be filmed in Scotland, and Gotham City is going to be filmed somewhere in Scotland. And
so if you say noir, I wonder, like, are they actually going to go like noir, or like it's just going to be a very dark movie? Like,
I think they might be like. They might go noir.
The authenticity would be nice.
It would be very weird to see a black and white.
I don't think it's gonna be black and white though.
That's what I mean.
Desaturated, bro. Like,
I think it's just gonna have the noir theme.
I mean, noir themes aren't just about the color. It's also about the the layout of the movie. So when you're talking about Batman being a noir film, it's not just like, dark and edgy themes and stuff. He's like, it's gonna be something like almost a murder mystery. Maybe he's going through and he's dealing with these rough times, and he's trying to,
I want my family back.
Yeah, I want Rachel. See, I've been working on my impression for Batman, but it's a guy who's doing an impression of Batman who's never actually seen a Batman film. So the only 3 lines he says is, "Where is she? Rachel! Where the fuck is she?"
Yeah, and like not a lot of, but
here I am
with this Batmobile, not a lot of people like it.
Justice.
But
I'm actually fine with it because like
it looks like a car, not a tank.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you can't even say. I mean, yeah.
But like Christian Bale's Batmobile was kind of awesome because it was like
it was badass.
It was badass, but like this is actually like a car, and if you go back to the original Batman comics, it was just like a car that was like really long.
It was a car and it had like fins and stuff, but it essentially was a car, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so
it's nice they're going back to something like that.
But it kind of looked like a jet engine, to be honest.
Yeah.
Where it had that little spiral in the front with the
the
rotors.
Yeah,
I mean, this is kind of also looking like some sort of like Challenger or something.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a Dodge
muscle
Challenger.
car.
Yes, for sure. It looks.
I'm
like
getting very like
fast Dominic Toretto.
Yeah. So as you're listening to this, imagine a Dodge Challenger that's in like full armor kit and it's about to go into war.
If you've ever seen the Punisher movie, the first one, not like the one actually like what's his name? The actual movie, not the TV.
Okay, because there's 3 Punisher movies.
The good one.
The good one. I don't know the actor's name because Dolph Lundgren in the 80s played the Punisher. And then there was another guy, I can't remember his name, who played Frank Castle in the Punisher film with Kevin Nash as the one bad guy, and there was a Johnny Cash song that played during the trailer.
I think it's that one.
Yeah.
But like that, if you've ever seen that movie, it actually kind of looks like the exact same car he had.
Yeah.
Like with the armor.
John Bernthal?
No, not John Bernthal. That's the new guy.
Okay, that's the new one.
That's the TV show. I'm talking about the actual movie.
Oh, sorry, the movie.
Yeah.
When did that movie come out anyway? 2003?
2004.
Okay. 2004.
Thomas Jane.
Yeah, Thomas Jane. Yeah.
Thomas Jane.
Yeah,
Well, Thomas Jane. That's the good one. That's
John Travolta was in that movie.
Yeah, he was a bad guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fitting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back a little bit more into DC news. Or is this Marvel?
Spawn? I think Spawn is DC.
Thanks to the Joker success, though, the success of that Joker film has sped up production for the Spawn movie. And we're going to have Jamie Foxx playing the lead in the Spawn movie. And, like, it's about time this project got on the tracks. Because it was off the tracks. It's been in development for several years now. And it's just like, we're making a Spawn movie. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Like, that's where, that's where it's been going.
Spawn is his own thing.
Spawn is his own thing.
Yeah. He's not part of Marvel or DC. He might be in the universe of one of them, but he's not directly linked to any of the franchises.
And Blumhouse Productions.
You're welcome.
Blumhouse Productions, the studio behind Paranormal Activity, The Purge, and Get Out, are signing up to produce it. So think of the movies Paranormal Activity, The Purge, Get Out, and think of the Spawn.
So literally just think of Get Out, and don't think of the other ones because they're really bad.
Exactly, because they're terrible.
Horror movies.
Do not compare those movies to Get Out. Get Out was one of the best horror movies I've ever seen. How fucking dare you?
Get Out was fantastic. Paranormal Activity, and what was the other one?
I gotta scroll up now. The Purge.
Yeah, horrible. Well, the first Purge wasn't bad.
They just made so many Purge movies nobody gave a shit anymore.
Yeah, that's the exact thing that happened with Paranormal Activity. I think they went to like 6 or something like that.
I think they're making another one too.
I think so. Yeah, but they're just horrible. Like the first initial one freaked me the fuck out because it was just I don't know. It just the way it was shot, like the found footage kind of aspect was really really cool. I found.
Yeah.
And the way the actors were in it, like, just made it really feel like found footage.
But then all the sequels are just
and then the old sequels have literally just completely just killed it. It should have just been a one-off. That should have been it.
Yeah.
They never should have made any more.
It's a shame.
It's kind of like Saw. They could have made 1 and 2, sure, but we didn't need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then also the Saw like origin story, and then I think they're making another.
Yeah,
one.
Chris Rock, the comedian Chris Rock has made a Saw movie. It's called Spiral. Stories from Saw.
Yeah,
and I don't know how that's gonna work.
No idea.
I think it needs to be put to bed.
Yeah.
Oh no, 100%. It needed to be put to bed after fucking 2.
Well, people don't know when to fucking stop.
Oh, this is making money. Yeah, let's keep making more of them.
Well, I mean, Fast and Furious is up to what 11?
They're going on 9.
No.
This is getting Fast 9 with John Cena as the bad guy.
But that's not counting the Hobbs.
You can't even see the bad guy then.
Oh my god.
So including the Hobbs and including Hobbs and Shaw, they would have 10.
Yeah.
But they're gonna end up with a 2-part. They're gonna split 10 into 2 parts, and then they're gonna end this franchise. And also Han's alive, and yeah, they just kind of.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still
Han's dead. Han's dead. If you see
in
Tokyo Drift,
he flipped over multiple times. Not only that, car went boom. He was in car go explode. He dead. Boy,
you are definitely an English major.
Hell yeah. But like the car literally exploded with him. It exploded with him in it.
But
he's fucking dead.
It's Hollywood.
Oh yeah, well they had his funeral, and then like Vin Diesel was like there in Japan, and I was like,
I'd be like Paul Walker coming back.
Yes.
Oh my god.
But also there's a certain Avenger also attached to the Spawn project, and that Avenger's name is Hawkeye, aka Jeremy Renner. He's attached to the project too, as playing a guy named Twitch. Who's the human lead. I don't really know too much of the Spawn origin story.
I think I vaguely remember the movie they came out with like a long time ago, but I don't think I really remember. What are you doing?
He picked up my guitar.
Don't start playing it on the podcast.
Promise broken.
give me that guitar. Just give me that
Put-
guitar.
Gonna be funny.
You
put
can
it back.
play it afterwards.
Put it back.
But Dad, I love guitar.
Don't you start playing now.
I'm just sitting here with it. I can't play guitar. I'm just sitting here with it.
But Todd McFarlane is going to be attached to the series, writing and directing.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane has worked on such films as So and Such and Such.
Thank you, information expert.
You did your research there, boss.
I was
Overkill.
usually in these podcasts I just kind of
he did Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
So
during this podcast I usually just kind of read stuff off a site like Sandy Rivers reading the paper on on the live news.
yeah, but I'm enjoying this not reading it completely, just kind of ad-libbing it and kind of just going off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but usually when we have guests on like Bill and Jack, we do more ad-libbing than just reading.
Yeah.
All I fucking do is ad-lib. It's my entire life.
My whole life.
So we're gonna switch it
Man rolled
to.
up.
So we're gonna talk about porn next. We're gonna talk about porn.
Fucking why? Okay, yeah.
Because
let's go.
Pornhub is making a documentary.
Oh, I'm excited about.
And it's
this.
not
Actually,
gonna-
I am too.
and it's gonna be called The Shakedown. And
What's it about?
It's about a black lesbian strip club.
Wow! Instantly hooked. You got me.
But-
here's the kicker. It's a non-adult project.
Okay,
So-
I'm gone. Sorry, guys. Uh-oh.
Jack's dick is in his hand.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this shit?
Yes. It's just like, where's the titties? Come on.
The site, which had 42 billion visits in 2019 alone, I doubt that. I think it's more than that.
It's gotta be more.
It's got to be more than 42 billion.
I visited
views.
it at least 5-6 times a day.
5-6 times a day? What the fuck? Do you wake up and before you hit your morning shower, you're just fucking scrolling through Pornhub?
Sometimes-
Oh, new gangbang today. Nice. Good.
Sometimes, yeah, I'll look at favorite that. I'll watch that later.
Favorite that.
Well, I say they should rename their favorites as the Spank Bank.
Ah.
Oh, they 100%
And then get
should.
royalties for it. Give them the idea and get royalties for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tweeting at fucking Pornhub right now.
Hey, Pornhub, do this.
The amount of ideas that you have, I once had the idea for I was walking home with my buddy from high school one time. And I'm like, you know what would be cool? Cordless headphones. And I'm just like, I was in grade 9 at the time, and I'm like, you know what would be cool? Wireless earbuds or cordless headphones. And now they're the big thing. Or those ideas.
Why are you not rich, Brad?
You know those ideas you had as growing up, where it's you've had those probably ideas
Man, I
before?
really wish I had a toilet
Are you
seat
calling me
for
intellectual?
I find that insulting.
How dare you say I have a high IQ?
But yeah, they partnered with this guy, Layla Weintraub, if I pronounced that right.
Nice. Good. White.
I butchered that name for and it has already debuted on Pornhub.
What?
Yeah. It said it debuted on Wednesday, March 4th. It's gonna and the Shake started shooting the footage for the Shakedown back in the early 2000s. The documentary is described as a stream of consciousness, non-fiction narrative about queer women and men who populated the lesbian strip club in Los Angeles. Pornhub will host Shakedown for free for the entire month of March. Then it will head over to the
Criterion channel?
yeah. I don't know what channel that is.
I have no idea.
I don't go as deep into Pornhub as you, Derek. So
What the hell?
well, I said it.
said
4
don't
it.
you?
to
like
5
that.
times a day or 5 to 6. I was lowballing.
I never said I was faking it. I thought I was on it.
And
Okay.
the documentary is going over to iTunes in the summer.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I wonder why they're taking that, that's a spin in that direction.
I
very
don't
Porn bio.
yeah. Exactly, right?
Because what better to do? We're doing a documentary on a strip club. What should we have it on Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO?
Well, it's a non-adult one. So why are they putting it on iTunes, really?
Ice Bank.
Well, no,
not
they're
weird.
putting out Pornhub, then shifting it to iTunes.
No, why put it on iTunes?
I mean, they could put it on Netflix. 'cause
That's what I mean.
Netflix has some shit like Rocco. Have you guys seen Rocco?
Well, they also have things like Hot Girls Wanted.
Yeah.
like
Hot
they
Girls
have-
Wanted, When Porn Ends.
Yeah, they have a
1
lot
and
of
2.
those documentaries. So it's like, well, why wouldn't you just put it on Netflix then? You didn't even make money off it. You're a multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar company.
Netflix also has a documentary of talking about sex. Like,
Yep.
I tried watching that.
There's a TV show called Sex Education.
Yeah, but that's more like a comedy.
But it's still about sex. The entire show is about sex.
It is about sex.
I mean, the first episode has like a sex scene, right? Like, right at
yeah.
the beginning.
I told a coworker about that, and then she comes to me the next day and says, you didn't tell me it was not for kids." And I'm like,
You decided to watch it with your child?
well, she
It's called Sex Education.
she turned it on with her kids in the room, and like literally the first scene is a couple fucking.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry, but the show is literally called Sex Education.
I mean, Bill Nye could be.
If you have small children in the room, no.
Fucking Bill Nye.
I'm Bill Nye, your sex coach. Well,
Bill Nye the science guy.
Bill Nye the sex guy.
Well, he's pretty fly for a white guy.
Oh,
Okay.
all right. You know what?
All
You just
right.
made a bad joke worse. I don't. How do you do it? It's insane.
I thought that was Jack's job.
I have to make jokes terrible or funny.
Well, Bill Nye blew up the internet the one day because he's just like walking down a runway aisle and dancing to Lizzo or whatever. Have you seen that video?
I have not.
Well, he's got the Facebook page, like fucking Bill Nye or whatever, and he just fucking every time a scandal comes up, he takes the non.
He takes a stab.
He's a funny guy. He's good.
Yeah.
He's a good time.
Did you know Black Panther 2 was in development?
I don't care. But yeah, I
didn't know if they're actually going to do it.
Sorry,
Thanks for
but
joking.
I don't want to shut you down like that. I'm sorry.
It might be delayed
Why
though
you saying
too.
this? I don't care.
It might be delayed because of my coronavirus.
Like, he's a shoot over in Europe, right?
Black Panther shoots in Africa, or might be shooting in
That is in
Africa.
Europe.
What?
That's like below Europe. That's
Yeah.
like the same, that side
I
of
thought
the
you just
planet.
said Africa was in Europe.
That's
and
what I
was
thought
what
too.
the
I was
No,
fuck?
like-
it's the same side of the planet.
Do we need
Everything
to take
on
a
that
small
side,
break and go over the map?
Yeah.
everything that's not on
That's how
this
the
side of the
geography
planet
works.
is Europe. Okay.
Okay, podcast listeners,
Asians
a
and
geography
Cubans.
lesson. Get the big long point.
As far as I'm concerned, everything that's not on this side of the planet is Europe. I
We're
don't
striking them all down. We just lost black lesbians. So
So is Mongolia in North America, Derek?
care. Sure.
But yeah, Black Panther 2 is in development, and they're bringing back T'Challa, like
yeah, as they would.
as they would. T'Challa's younger sister, whose name escapes me right now because I didn't. Okoye, the general, the Queen, Everett Ross is coming back, who was played by Martin Short. No, not Martin Short. That's a different guy. His name is Martin, though. Martin Freeman.
There you go.
There you go.
You got there.
Yeah, I got there. Martin Freeman, who did play Bilbo Baggins in The Hobbit, and that guy you see for a brief second in Shaun of the Dead.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Good movie.
Oh,
Hilarious movie.
did you guys see the preview for that movie with the guy who played Harry Potter? What the hell was his name?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe. That new movie that's coming out. You remember that meme image where he had like guns taped to his hands and he had like these fucking furry slippers on? I am super excited for that movie.
Apparently,
What is it
It's
called?
so
looks
fucking cool.
It looks hilarious.
I don't know what I don't remember what it was called, but it had the premise where it's like they're in almost like a death battle between other people and you have to eliminate and become, top dog or whatever.
Oh, they did a movie back in like the early 2000s similar to that.
Guns Akimbo.
Yes, Guns Akimbo is so fucking
They
such
did
cool
they did a movie
trailer.
similar to that back in the early 2000s, and Stone Cold Steve Austin was the lead role.
Mhm. Yeah, keep going.
I just want to point out that it came out last year in September. By the way.
It came out last year in September.
Yeah. Jack.
Jack.
Huh?
The movie came out last year.
It came out last
In
year.
September.
Who the fuck? Who didn't tell me that? What the fuck?
I'm
blame
damn
her-
sure I've seen that movie, the one you're talking about.
What
It came out last year.
Dude, I am dumb. Okay.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
And he caught you off guard. You were grabbing titties, and
Yeah, no. That's
I mean, it was
true.
man.
Shuri.
but-
That's Black Panther's name. Also, they're wondering who's gonna be the villain in it.
I don't know much about Black Panther's villains, so I don't even know who.
But like, they might just be regular Marvel villains. Like, they might introduce Doctor Doom as a villain, which is highly unlikely. But they might
because I mean, what are they gonna do for Fantastic Four? Like,
they might introduce Namor as a villain, who is Marvel's equivalent to Aquaman, but he's a villain, or he's an anti-hero, and and they have the base for that because during Endgame, Okoye says there's like earthquakes under the sea, and they're like, oh, that's not a problem. Don't worry about that. That's under the sea. Don't worry about that. And it's like, but like, so that's how they might introduce Namor. And then there was other villains, and there was other characters they might introduce, and they're also talking about how that might be Black Panther 2 might be a backdoor for Storm, the X-Men character known as Storm, because
I'm just still curious to see how they're actually going to introduce any of the X-Men into the Marvel.
Aha! A knife. Sorry. Keep going.
But yeah, that is a curious fact, and we talked about it. I believe last.
Yeah, we
week.
talked about it pretty well at length. I'm not gonna go to it again, but yeah.
But
It's
like,
gonna be interesting to see how they introduce them.
but like, I say introduce like a couple during a couple Marvel movies, maybe.
I guess they gotta do, or at least
like,
like touching on
'cause
someone like researching them or something.
Introducing Storm in a Black Panther movie because like they made it canon where like all the African American people are originally from Wakanda. They made that canon in the Marvel stuff. Like, I believe like in the original Prince, Storm was from Kenya or from Egypt. Cairo.
I think it's Egypt, yeah.
Kenya or Cairo, I can't remember. But then like in the new, and then stuff happened, and then in the new universe, she's from Wakanda. So they could have an they could easily introduce her as this like maybe like she's a thief in Wakanda stealing shit for her family or something. And I heard there's rumor mill that Wolverine might be the villain for Captain Marvel 2.
He's not a villain. He's never been a villain.
No, but like you don't know.
How can you all of a sudden just turn somebody who's been such a pivotal character in the X-Men universe and be like, by the way, you know, remember his brother, Sabretooth, that dude? He's kind of evil.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Wolverine's actually the evil one. It's like, well, why?
Well, I mean, have you seen Logan?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not really, in that movie, he's not really portrayed as a hero. He's more or less a fucking asshole who kills people when they threaten him.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes sense.
But he's still not he's not a villain per se. Like,
not
he's
really.
still...
I wouldn't say he's a bad guy.
No.
Just because you are a bad guy doesn't mean you are a bad guy.
That's what I mean. Like, how are you going to just
Where's
turn...
that from?
That's from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, yeah.
Great movie.
That's what I mean. Like, how are you going to just
Fantastic
turn
movie.
Wolverine all of a sudden into
Actually,
a villain, right? Like,
that segues us into another topic. Every upcoming video game movie. Now, this is not every upcoming video game movie because I saw the list, and that list was fucking long. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to pick a couple to talk about. The first one is Monster Hunter.
That's cool.
Based
that
on
one's going to be badass.
That would be pretty sick.
you guys have knowledge of that. I did not. Based on the Capcom Fantasy RPG that began in 2004.
Cool. I would love to see a movie of that.
It's going to the film stars Mila Jovovich as Artemis and Tonya Jha as the Hunter.
Nice.
As well, Ron Perlman is going to be in it, aka the guy who played Hellboy back in the day.
The real Hellboy?
The real Hellboy. Megan Good, Diego Boneta, and the rapper T.I.
T.I.?
No fucking way.
Okay. Didn't he get in some trouble recently? I don't
I've
know.
heard
Didn't
him
he go
in
to
the news
jail?
for-
No, I don't know.
A while.
All rappers
Is he
go to
Mr.
jail at one
Worldwide?
point,
I
don't
don't
they?
No, that's Pitbull.
Okay.
And it's going to
Mr.
be
305, Mr. Worldwide.
it is directed by Paul W.S. Anderson as he returns to the video game movie genre after previously directing the 2 Mortal Kombat movies and the Resident Evil series.
This, you guys don't know anything about this game. If this becomes a movie, it's going to be fucking fantastic if they do it properly.
Yes.
If they
If
don't
they do
do
it
it,
properly.
if they do it like they did the Dragon Ball Z movie back in the day, it's gonna be shit.
Mm-hmm.
And this movie, like the way there's so much history and lore and just everything like that they could put into this, it
But
could be amazing.
Trends say it's going to be shit. Because that's how
it's
been
a
in the
video
past.
game movie, so
Yeah,
it's probably
trends
gonna
say
be
it's
bad.
going to be crap
movies are
because
never
video
that
game
good.
movies are always...
But at
Because
least
you
we
have to
can
have an
say some of them.
understanding of how it was.
But this one, like if they do it properly, could be very, very good, and honestly, it could spawn its own franchise. There's just so much.
I can believe it. You know what's spawning its own franchise? The next topic, the next video game movie coming out is the Mortal Kombat movie.
I would love to talk about this one, but also there's been so many bad fucking Mortal Kombat
I've
movies.
seen one of them.
They're so bad.
It's just,
They're all so bad. There's never been a good one.
how do you make one good?
Well, this one might be okay. Joe Taslim stars as Sub-Zero. Joined by Ludi Lin as Liu Kang, McCade Brooks as Jax. McCade Brooks is the guy who played. Have you guys seen any episode of Supergirl?
Oh yeah.
So he's the guy who plays Jimmy Carter in Supergirl.
Oh, okay.
I had my dream casting for Mortal Kombat back in when Gerard Butler was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, get Gerard Butler in the movie, get Ryan Reynolds as Johnny Cage, get freaking
So Perfect.
Get Hugh Jackman in it because he's who was the I said get Tyrese Gibson for Jax or get who else did it or freaking.
My problem with the Mortal Kombat though is they try to make this universe bigger than it is, but it's really just fucking not.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Yes, they have a bit of lore and history for their background, but
it's not the focus of their game.
No, the focus of those games were just fighting, and that was it.
Beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, trying to make a game out of that is just.
But the new Mortal Kombat game that came out, they actually had a story about it. There was a kind of
doing air quotes story, story. That's kind of like the Soul Calibur story that they had.
Oh, I miss Soul Calibur. I miss Soul Calibur. I remember there was a thing where you could play as Yoda in Soul Calibur.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that a mod or was it?
No, it was what was the thing?
6.
It was for the GameCube and you could play as Yoda.
That wasn't a mod. That was a character in the game.
Yeah,
that was 6.
That was an unlockable character.
You could get Yoda and you could get the Apprentice from Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
Those they were DLC characters, whatever the hell they were.
Another video game movie coming out is going to be Uncharted.
Oh, have they confirmed Tom Holland?
Yep, it's been confirmed. Drake? It's been confirmed. Tom Holland is going to be
Mark Wahlberg as Sully.
Oh my god! So Tom Holland is going to be Nathan Drake, and Mark Wahlberg is going to be his mentor, Sully.
He's going to talk in his fucking Boston accent.
Do you guys know what Sully looks like?
No.
I have an idea.
Vaguely.
Not what I'm thinking of.
No, Mark Wahlberg is gonna be.
Oh God, yeah. I just pulled up.
Just picture Mark Wahlberg.
Why couldn't they put Tom Hanks in this movie? Tom Hanks was already Sully in a plane movie.
Yeah, but it was a different Sully. But yeah,
no, but there's literally, I'm looking at the image right now as Tom Hanks as Sully, and then the Sully character from Uncharted.
Tom Hanks would be way better than Mark Wahlberg.
Definitely would be. Yeah.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch does not need to be in this.
The Funky Bunch. He's gonna bring the good vibrations, okay? God. Actually, Mark Wahlberg has said this is gonna be they could make this the next Indiana Jones franchise.
No, they tried that, and it was called Tomb Raider, and it didn't work too well.
Speaking of Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider 2 is coming out in 2021.
The game or the movie?
The movie.
Oh, that makes sense.
Is it going to be starring Angelina Jolie again?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's going to be. I wasn't talking about the Angelina Jolie.
That's the only ones that are out so far, really.
There was the one that came out in 2018. That was basically based off the newer video game. Because I watched a trailer. I'm like, that's literally a cutscene from the recent video game that came out.
Yeah, I played the game. It was just that.
Yeah, see, that's what I said.
Yeah, it was the game.
Yeah,
but I got to watch it in 2 hours instead of trying to beat it in 40.
So the next one,
Minecraft.
Why?
Minecraft.
Okay, so
you can't do a movie on Minecraft.
What? Okay, so get so they have to plot for this.
What?
It will focus on teenage girls and her group of adventurers as they attempt to save the overworld from the Ender Dragon.
Fucking hate it. Sorry.
I'm already so depressed of why. Why?
Not because they're girls, just because it's a dumb plot.
No,
why would you try to make a movie about Minecraft?
The script is written by Frozen 2's Alison Schwarter.
It makes it so much better.
Whoa, I'm so excited now.
Steve Carell was attached earlier, but
Steve Carell,
has since moved out.
What?
He was attached.
Hope he has. Get the hell out of there, man. It's gonna be
I don't know. I don't understand how they're gonna make this into it's.
Minecraft can literally be beaten in half an hour if you know how to look for diamonds and stuff. and you can get to the end, you can beat that game so quickly. There is no story or lore in that fucking game. It is literally, you're a dude, build a house, get some armor, farm your land, tend to your horses and cows, and your chickens, and your sheep, and your pigs.
And your Tobies.
That's literally it. That's the entire fucking game. That's all you do.
Yeah, it's just...
There's
nothing
story
in the game that can really
No, there's not. There's literally
warrant
nothing.
a movie.
No.
There's also coming out the next Detective Pikachu 2.
I don't think people
Hell
liked
yeah.
the first one, did
I
they?
fucking love that movie.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
kidding me?
I thought some people didn't like it. This one.
Ryan
Oh.
Reynolds playing Pikachu?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a little weird. It's a weird dynamic.
Like
but-
I
Sequel
just,
is not
there's a
That's why it
scene.
works.
And I was talking when me and Jack were watching that Mewtwo Strikes Back movie. There was a scene where like they're in the back of the seat of the car, and he's like, "You put me back here with a bomb," and Psyduck is like holding his like sign.
That was Detective Pikachu.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was-
that's what I was talking. That's
You literally just said Pokemon in the first movie.
oh.
Oh yeah,
That's,
no.
Yeah.
Well,
I was like, that was not. That
it
was
was
Detective
very
Pikachu.
similar.
So is
But-
Ryan Reynolds coming back for the second one then?
Probably.
was
I don't
really
know because
fucking weird.
the way Detective Pikachu ended was
Well, he played the father.
yeah. Spoiler
So-
alert for
It's been out
anybody.
for so fucking long. Fuck off with your spoiler alert.
I'm sorry. I don't want to get viewers pissed off at me being like,
It's been-
"Fuck, man! I was gonna watch that movie tomorrow, but no."
It's been out for almost a year. Like people need to fucking move on.
Yeah.
But the way they ended it, like the kid could come back to the city and like actually live with his father.
Mhm.
Which at the end, I'm pretty sure he said, "Oh, can I live with you?" So I assume they're probably gonna go off that dynamic. Maybe the kid's older, and maybe his dad has retired, and now the kid's a detective because they're gonna call it Detective Pikachu. So I assume there's Pikachu and he's a detective.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Pretty,
But I'm just
pretty
gonna
self-explanatory.
I'm just gonna name off the rest. Borderlands coming out with a movie.
That will be
That's
pretty cool.
going to be so good.
That
I
has
hope they do it
something-
properly.
They have something there. with that.
Oh,
Because
that's
I've played all the Borderlands games, and I gotta say the
Have you
fucking
played the newest one?
story. I have not gotten to the newest one.
It's on
Actually,
Steam now.
what?
It's on Steam.
It's on Steam now.
Yeah,
Okay,
Steam-
good.
Steam-
I didn't really want to get
it
on
might not
Epic.
be. It might not be there till the 12th.
Okay, so yeah, I'll probably grab that.
The Resident Evil reboot is coming.
Okay.
I mean, didn't they make a Resident Evil?
They've
movie?
made like 7 of them.
Why?
Well,
With the Mila Jovovich runs, right?
Mila Jovovich, yeah.
Which were.
I think I've seen the 7th one.
I want to see a Resident Evil that's actually based off the games, not the
Yeah.
fucking the ramblings of a madman, basically. Because that's basically what those movies were with the Mila Jovovich ones. Because they never really, yeah, of course they had like, Umbrella and stuff, and like that.
Yeah,
was
the
all-
Umbrella Academy.
they were all-
Well, that's a different
That's a
thing
different
than
thing.
that.
But they had Umbrella, and like there was a whole like undertoning thing, but they never really had the story of the Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
Which they could have did a lot with, but they decided to do not that. So
Here's another one. Just Cause.
That'll be pretty good. I used to play that game.
Mega Man.
why?
We talked about this before.
You know what?
Doing
Podcast.
Astro Boy.
You know
Yeah.
what? It might be fun. Yeah, Astro Boy was actually a really good.
Everybody was
movie.
good, but yeah.
I mean, it would be like Astro Boy.
They're remaking the Super Mario Bros. Movie. They're
No.
doing another.
No, don't. That movie was so bad.
Mario.
With come on, Joe Pesci as Mario.
Oh,
Please
fuck.
no.
Can I have
Have you ever seen? You've seen the
Yeah,
movie,
I've
right?
seen the
Have you
movie. I've
that
seen the movie. They
Oh
don't
my
call
God.
Bowser. He's King Koopa in that movie.
Yeah,
I've seen it. It's so bad.
it's the
But I think this movie's
one
gonna
of the
be.
worst movies
This
ever.
movie's probably gonna be animated. Like it's not gonna be like live action.
Well,
Like,
hopefully.
it's gonna be animated.
Hopefully he has giant eyes.
I think it's gonna shut down before they even get started.
probably.
Another upcoming video game movie, The Division, which is gonna be on
Yeah,
Netflix.
That's gonna be badass as hell. That should be a
I will-
TV
I
show,
will
not
watch
a
it.
movie.
Yeah,
It should be a TV
yeah,
show.
Yeah, it should
I
be.
would. That would be much better as a TV show.
They're gonna come out with a Call of Duty movie.
What the fuck? Why are
Why?
there so many videos?
It's just gonna be a war. I don't know why. It's just gonna be a war
We
movie.
have war movies. We don't need Call of Duty war movies.
Activision and Blizzard Studios have been working on it for a couple years now, though.
Why can't they just work on an Overwatch movie? That's what I'm fucking waiting for. They have so many backstories to those characters. It'd just be so.
Oh, I would like to see them explore that, but I would like to see that more out of a TV show setting. I think.
You know what? Yeah, that
Not so
actually would
much
be
a
pretty
movie.
good. Learning about the characters one by one.
Yeah,
and
because
then-
we have their hero stories or origin stories, whatever it is,
Mhm.
the videos they put out, but like you don't really go into a lot of it, really. But
Yeah.
anyways, moving on.
Metal Gear Solid the movie.
MGS would be cool.
Yeah,
That'd be cool. cake. Yeah,
Five Nights at Freddy's, the movie.
that would be a horror movie.
That would be a horror. Like that. Look at the picture of the bear that's creeping.
I know what Five Nights
What
Freddy's
the
is.
fuck? I wanted to sleep later.
I know what Five Nights at Freddy's is.
Have you never played that game?
Never played that game.
They don't play games. on
Oh,
PC.
right. Sorry, I forgot. You guys fucking
Rabbids.
He's console. He's not even.
Rabbids.
Rabbids.
Why?
Ubisoft Rabbids game has been eyed for a movie adaptation for years, but Lionsgate.
The only interaction I've
They have
ever
a
had
TV
with
show.
Rabbids is like on the Ubisoft store. They have Uno, and I bought Uno, so they have like a Rabbids like thing with it.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Fuck it, okay."
Weren't they born out of a TV show, though?
I think so. I
They
don't know.
were. The Rabbids TV show.
Okay, and then I'm going to list off the final couple. The Last of Us, which we're going to talk about later.
Yes,
Watch Dogs.
that'd be cool.
Watch Dogs, the hacking thing.
TV show, not a movie though.
TV
Yeah, TV
I
show.
get
I mean, I'd like to see it as
A movie would be cool,
Yeah.
but a TV show I think would do more justice to that game
But
franchise.
it costs more money, so let's
Oh,
just go
yeah.
with movie.
Mass Effect.
Mass Effect.
That could
Andromeda. Can we have all the actors glitching behind walls? It's so
See,
funny.
I was in the boat of I never had an issue with that game. Everyone else did. I had never had an issue with it.
Yeah, I know. Everyone else was showing like T-posing animations and stuff like
Well,
that.
it goes back to the Fallout 76 thing where people are like, "Oh, this game is so broken." And I'm just like, I'm at like 180 FPS and I am running smooth. Like, get better PCs, bitches.
Dante's Inferno.
Sure.
Temple Run.
What?
Remember
The
the app?
mobile game?
Yep.
The one you just like literally hold your thumb down and
Yep.
then like jump.
Jump.
That's
jump.
so stupid.
You know what? I said this when I was a teenager and downloaded that game. This is going to be a movie one day. This is going to be a movie one
fucking
day.
way you said
Didn't,
this would be
didn't they make a
movie one
TV
day.
show on YTV about it?
No, I don't think they did. I don't think
There
they did.
was something similar to that.
I think
It
I know
was
what
on
you're- I think I know what
YTV.
you mean, yeah.
It was way back in the day for YTV.
You know what? I would like to see a parkour movie, actually.
DSX. Deus Ex?
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex. Human Revolution.
That'd be good as a movie. No, maybe a TV show.
Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell.
Cool.
Tom Hardy is already attached to star in it.
Okay, that's Tom Clancy stuff.
Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon makes sense.
It was developed at Warner Brothers in 2013 with Michael Bay to direct.
What about Rainbow Six Siege? Come on.
Kane and Lynch.
Kanan Lynch.
God of War, which
That would be cool.
that would be a sick.
I would love to see a God of War movie.
Yeah. Devil May Cry.
Okay. Not bad.
Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain. That is what? That's a story game, isn't it?
Yeah, that 100%. That's a completely just story driven game.
Okay.
You're gonna laugh at the next one. Fruit Ninja. What? It's obviously going to be a kids movie.
That sounds fucking hardcore.
Fruit Ninja, Gears of War,
That would be really cool, actually. I'd enjoy
Yeah.
that.
Portal.
No,
Huh.
don't.
Interesting.
Don't ruin it. Don't do that. Don't do that. No.
Cake is a lie.
I wish they were lying. I knew you were gonna say.
And Half-Life. And a Half-Life movie.
Sounds okay.
J.J. Abrams and Bad Robot developing in 2016.
Have they done a Half-Life movie?
No, there's been many. There's been Half-Life and Half-Life 2.
You know what would be kind of cool if we had people like we'd make a game and we'd have people sit in a movie theater and one by one
It's called Jungle Run.
every 10 or so minutes.
That's what it was called.
Yeah,
It was called
yeah.
Jungle Run. It was on YTV. You had
Oh.
the contestants had to get like these statues at the end
I think
to like
I
get
know
prizes.
I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Anyways.
yeah, but like every 10 minutes it'll go to a different person's chair and then they have to control the game. So you have to like work together to like do all of like complete the game
Yeah.
in a certain amount of time. I think that would be pretty sick.
You
That'd
know
be
what
sick.
I always wanted to do? They would always have like Cineplex had this like bring your console like set up your game console at the Cineplex and play on the big screen. Like they would always advertise for that.
Well,
I'd be
they
like,
Really?
have like competitions and stuff.
Yeah.
Cineplexes.
When was this?
they all
Years,
years and years ago. Yeah.
They used to have Smash competitions there. They used to do a few things.
Well,
They had Call of Duty
me
there
and Bill's old
recently,
buddy
yeah.
would do Smash competitions, but in hotel rooms.
No.
Yeah.
You guys would play Smash. You guys played Smash tournaments and
No,
stuff.
we never did. We never
No,
joined.
you're talking Durish,
Yeah,
right?
Brad
You
Durish.
just watched and stuff.
We never even watched. He was like, "Yeah, I'm
I
hosting."
watched one of them at Their friend Steve plays downtown St. Catharines. But that was the only. He mostly did it at the Toy Trove, which is St. Paul in Ontario.
Oh, okay. So after the video game talk, there's a reboot coming of a old TV series, a comedy sketch series.
I never watched this show.
From Amazon Prime. It was called Kids in the Hall. It was created by Lorne Michaels, the creator of SNL, and it was kind of around the 1980. It was on CBC from 1989 to 1995. It had such comedians as Dave Foley, Kevin and Dave Foley he's in Onward. Kevin McDonald from Lilo and Stitch, Brian McCullough from Super Troopers 2, Mark McKinney, Superstore, and Scott Thompson. He's in American Gods. I meant to watch some sketches. I remember a little of this show. It was another sketch comedy show like SNL, like Second City. I tried to watch a couple sketches, didn't get to it. But Amazon Prime is going to come out with this sketch comedy series, and I think it's going to be really funny.
It's fun. I think I've vaguely seen maybe in a passing of an episode of Kids in the Hall. Maybe back in the day. But...
The only really sketch comedy series from CBC I remember is This Hour Has 22 Minutes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and it had Colin Mockery on it, and it wasn't really a sketch comedy show. It was more of a... It was a
comedy show.
It was a news comedy. It was a news comedy show where it's like, oh, this is hilarious hijinks happened in the news today, and they would make fun of something from the news. And Colin Mockery stole the show every time because Colin Mockery is hilarious. He got his start on frickin' Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah,
he was they cost. Oh, I missed that show too.
Yeah.
Didn't they put it on Netflix for a bit? Whose Line Is It Anyway?
They have the original Whose Line Is It Anyway on Amazon Prime.
The UK version. That's where it is.
The UK version's on Amazon Prime.
That's where it started.
Yeah, it was a UK show. A lot of the shows that you watch were UK shows.
That one, The Office.
That was Ricky Gervais. That's where he really...
There was actually... I was listening to another podcast, the Crack Podcast, and they were talking about underrated comedy shows, and one of the sketch comedy shows, and one of them was from the UK, and it was and it starred the guys from Monty Python, but it wasn't Monty Python. It was them living in a hotel.
Was it John Cleese? When was this?
The 60s. The show was from the 60s.
Oh, okay.
It was
before Monty Python.
No, sorry. No, it wasn't before Monty Python. It was after Monty Python.
I thought that was the 70s.
Monty Python was the 60s. Monty Python was the late 60s.
Really?
Yeah.
Where have I been?
But this show came out and it only lasted a season, and it was based, and the whole basis of the show is they're in a hotel. They're staying at a hotel with a shitty hotel manager, and this show got made because this actually happened. John Cleese and the Monty Python guy stayed at this hotel with a shitty hotel manager.
Do you remember which of the guys besides John Cleese were in it? Graham Chapman, Eric Idle,
Cleese, hotel,
Terry Gilliam, Terry Jones.
That's probably all of them. I would have to assume.
Faulty Towers, it was called.
I've heard of that.
When was that?
It had 2 series, and it was on the BBC from 1975 to 1979.
It's well after Monty Python.
Yeah. That's why I thought it was, for some reason I thought it was
Monty Python started in '69.
Yeah. So
that's more like it. I was
yeah.
But it was but they were talking about how it's this such great British comedy show, and it got it didn't really do. It had 12 episodes. 2 series with 12 episodes, and it was hilarious because Basil Fawlty, an intolerant and rude manager, tries to run the hotel constantly under verbal attack from his unhelpful wife Sybil. So that was what the show was about. There was another great UK comedy show, Blackadder.
Yeah.
That Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson, aka Mr. Bean, frickin' who else was in that? Hugh Laurie was in that. Such great comedy shows were in the UK.
Oh yeah, then the Americans stole them all and make them into their own things. It's usually what happens.
It's fun.
And then our final topic
is back to video games.
So, as I mentioned, Last of Us was on that list of the upcoming video game movies coming out.
But it's not really coming as a movie, it's actually coming as a series on HBO.
Yeah, now it's coming out as a series on HBO, which I find better because I find now with like the streaming services, I find make more stuff for streaming services. There's a lot of content for streaming services. Make more stuff
not only that, like with this especially, like video games, movies just don't do them a lot of justice. A lot of them, especially one like Last of Us, is 100% a series on itself.
Yeah,
it doesn't need a movie will not.
It's a third person shooter horror game.
Too much condensing.
It's too much. There's way too much
storyline,
background information you need to know about everything going on in that world of that game. That doing like an hour and a half, 2 hour movie is just not enough. You have to do a series of it. You would have to.
And see, The Last of Us is such a story-driven game, and it's really all about the story because that's what people always talk about when they play the game.
There's no the gameplay is there, and like the combat, and like, oh, listen, they're there. But it is about the story of Ellie and Joel and going through the shit that they've gone through, and like it's just there's so much there that it has to be a series.
Do you know who's attached to it right now?
Me,
Craig Mazin. Craig Mazin, who created Chernobyl.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, so the guy
created Chernobyl.
Well, the
series, not the
monster. Yeah,
he started. It's his fault. Fuck.
Not the guy. No. But he's attached to the series.
Oh, good.
And
that was an amazing series.
I want to watch it. It's on my watch list.
You haven't watched it yet?
Nope.
Oh, watch it. So good. So good.
Apparently, there's a lot of Game of Thrones actors in that series.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of overlap.
But like according to the Hollywood Reporter, HBO and Sony Picture Television are teaming up to develop a series adaptation of The Last of Us based on the PlayStation popular survival horror video game of the same name, and Craig Mazin is going to be attached. So
that's gonna be badass.
I feel like it's going to be badass because, and even if you think about it, like even like book series. Like, yeah, Harry Potter was a great movie series, but if we had streaming services back in the day when Harry Potter was first coming out, imagine that 8-film franchise, Harry Potter film franchise as a 13-episode series on Netflix, or like The Chronicles of Narnia as a series on Netflix, or series of, we already had that on Netflix.
It's all about timing though, like that was just... that wasn't big.
Yeah. I actually remember that was a good time though. That was a good time. Every freaking Harry Potter opened the doors for like based on movies based from books.
I watched the first 5 movies. I read all the books, but I only watched
yes and no, because Stephen King had already did that with a lot of his movies, like Green Mile,
Shawshank Redemption, The Body. Actually, it's not called The Body. Stand By Me.
Yeah. So like he already opened that door, but J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter just fucking... But it exploded that door and walked right in. They
kind of opened that door for the fantasy.
Yeah.
But Harry Potter, like you had Harry Potter series of unfortunate events with Jim Carrey as Count Olaf.
Yeah.
You had Chronicles of Narnia, which is basically a fantasy story about the Bible.
Yeah.
And you had Liam Neeson voicing Aslan.
I forgot he did that.
Yeah. And you had James McAvoy as Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah.
Before he was Charles Xavier in the X-Men First Class movies, he was Mr. Tumnus.
Yeah.
Give me my sock back, you gold bastard. And then, what else? Yeah, series, Chronicles, what else? And then, like, from that, Twilight, Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And after Hunger Games, they kind of petered out, and then comic book movies became a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't really had many like book adaptations lately.
And then we had
we had
Mortal Instruments, but that kind of
technically Game of Thrones.
technically Game of Thrones, but like I'm talking about like first. big screen, wide release.
Yeah, like movies, not TV shows. We've had plenty of TV shows. Mortal Instruments, being one of them.
Mortal Instruments was first a movie franchise that bombed.
Yeah,
and then they brought it back as a TV series,
which is way better. Kind of, but
what else? What other? They had a movie. It was called I Am Number 4, and it bombed, and I was upset that it bombed because after I saw that movie, I started reading the books, and the books are amazing.
That's probably why it bombed.
It bombed because of timing. Like they released a movie in February, and every time, and like movies that get released in January, February, and March.
Well, I think January, February, March is kind of you're right on the precipice.
Yeah,
like March, April, like you're kind of you're just into the spring season. You're almost to summer, but January, February,
like movies like are
they destroyed them because no one's going out.
No,
like no one's leaving the house.
No, because like now, like I think the next movie I'm probably gonna go see, and I'm probably gonna go see it with you.
Wonder Woman.
No.
You want to go see Wonder Woman?
Wonder Woman 2. When does that come out?
Like a week or two, I think.
No, soon. It doesn't. Yeah. You're a liar.
Pretty soon, I'm pretty sure.
Where do you guys
liar?
Where do you guys think the movie theater scene?
It comes out in June.
Is it June?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. That's tough. Yeah.
What did you say?
Where do you think the movie theater scene will be in 10 years? With all these streaming services.
I think the movie theater scene, people still like to go to the movies.
Yes, we're down to one in St. Catharines.
It's kind of like why the fuck is EB Games still around?
Yeah.
People just enjoy.
That's what Jack's nodding said.
Yeah. People just still enjoy going and doing that, going into a store, right?
But EB Games has changed because EB Games used to be strictly...
They've had to adapt, but so have movie theaters.
Because now EB Games sells pop figures and game boards.
It's fucking ridiculous. I go into an EB Games and like part of the wall is only like, Switch games or PS4.
Oh yeah, the rest is like pop figures.
The rest is just pop figures and stupid shit I don't want.
but again, like that's what the movie theaters are gonna have to start doing, which they are slowly doing. Like a lot of them are slowly putting in restaurants, or they're slowly putting in arcades, or they're doing this and that.
Yeah, but arcades for years.
But they're like updating them.
You could get a beer with your movie.
They're trying to serve beer.
But I don't want a beer with my movie because beer makes me pee, and I don't want to be like. Yeah, okay. But
they're starting to like try to adapt to like a newer market, which is good. But in 10 years, I think I'll go to a movie still? No, I think I'll be sitting at home with my wall that is actually a TV, renting a movie.
Yeah.
I think that's more or less what's going to happen.
You really need a scene to actually go to the movie theater.
Cineplex will be just an app.
Speaking of renting, though, that's entertainment still kicking in St. Catharines.
Speaking of really renting... Weird. They have a Blockbuster game. There's a game at Walmart.
Oh yeah, yeah, we saw that.
Me and Derek were at Walmart buying darts. We saw the Blockbuster, the home game, which is basically.
Should have bought it.
We should have bought it. You should have bought it.
Blockbuster Video.
Yeah. It was literally like the box of the Blockbuster fucking box when the VHSs came in. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's a game. And they want to get it.
What was the game about? Like,
I think it was a trivia game.
Yeah,
it was a movie trivia game called Blockbuster.
It'll probably be like Seen It or something like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it was in a Blockbuster Run box, Simulator or something.
But as for movie theaters in 10 years, I think people still like to go out. People still like to go out, and
there's something about seeing on a giant screen that's very appealing.
But as for the movies, coming out,
that's the best part.
As for the movies coming out, I think we're gonna see more like big blockbuster movies, big popcorn movies, like
big popcorn movies.
Like Endgame,
and like Wonder Woman 1984, and like big movies like that, and not so much like The Green Book. 12 Years a Slave.
Green Book is a great movie. They're all great movies.
Speaking of which, I haven't been to the movies.
They're all fantastic movies. It's just
they're not pop culture.
No, they're not very popular movies, and
like everybody.
Unfortunately, the popular movies are what keeps the Cineplex and those kind of places open.
Freaking I remember you were watching it with me and my dad because you came in to drink beer and we were still watching the movie. It was an amazing movie. It deserved Best Picture. in
Which one was that?
Green Book.
Oh yeah, that. God, yeah.
That like everybody was like, oh, that didn't. Freaking The Star Is Born didn't get Best Picture, and I'm just like, yeah, but
also the Green Book didn't. So
Green Book did get Best Picture.
Oh,
Star Is Born didn't, and the Best Picture winner for this year's Oscars was a movie called Parasite, which was a Korean film.
Mm-hmm. It was amazing.
I have not seen it yet.
I watched it after it got nominated, or not nominated, but when it got chosen for Best Picture, I watched it and it was fucking incredible.
Fantastic film.
The only time I've seen most of the Best Picture films was in 2010. That was, and I was like, I was looking down the list, and it was like Toy Story 3 got nominated, The Social Network got nominated, and I'm like going down the list, and I'm checking King's Speech got nominated. I'm going down the list. I'm like, I've seen most of these movies.
Has it really already been since 2010 for Toy Story 3?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck.
Did you know we kind of grew up with Andy?
We did.
Yeah?
We did.
No, we literally did.
We literally grew up with Andy.
He went to college in Toy Story
3.
I thought it was 2.
No, he was like, so Toy Story 1 came out in what, 1995?
Something
4?
I have the VHS.
And he was like a little kid in that time. We were
Toy
also
Story 2
little
And
babies.
Toy Story 2 was on VHS. Toy Story 3 was on DVD, I believe.
Yeah. And then Toy Story 2, he's kind of older, but he's still a kid, but he's like not like a little kid anymore. He's like 7. He's like 7 in that.
And we were like 8 at the time.
Yeah.
When it came out.
7.
For
7 or 8 at the time.
For 1.
We were 8.
For 2.
We were 8 in the year 2000.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
in Toy Story 3, he's an adult now. He's going off to college. He's like giving away his toys, and it's just like, hey, I just graduated.
Which is the one that Jesse came.
Well, and literally, Toy Story 3 literally came out in 2010 when we graduated from high school. So literally, we grew up with Andy.
I left it on.
Jack wasn't even born yet.
No, he literally wasn't. No,
I wasn't.
And then Toy Story, and then Toy Story 4, which we watched last weekend.
Yeah,
I haven't watched that yet.
Still at nightmares.
It's funny, but it has the scariest villains ever.
Oh my god,
ventriloquist dummies.
Oh
yeah. It's fucking terrible.
Jeff Dunham, what are you doing?
But anyway,
there's a ventriloquist dummy named Vincent, and it's hilarious.
There's 3 of them in total.
There's 3 of them in total, but the main one is guy named Vincent.
Yeah.
And it's hilarious. Where like
always the smile at the.
Yeah.
It's like the one line from Sporky, the spork that wants to kill himself. This is like it's like bye, Vincent. He is terrifying.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it was a good movie, as sad as it was.
Oh yeah, it's sad because there's a tearjerker moment at the end, and we're like, oh.
Yeah, when he like leaves and goes.
When he's like he separates from his friends, and it's like
be back with Bo.
Yeah. To be back with his.
You gotta get the booty. You gotta get the booty.
Yeah,
Bo had a booty in that film. Bo had a booty in that film.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was thick.
Thick. The fuck, guys. You guys are sick. You're animals.
Toy porn.
Wow, what rule is that? 34. Anything on the internet.
If it exists, there's porn of it.
True.
That's literally what the description of Rule 34. If it exists, there is porn of it.
You guys ever watch Sausage Party?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god,
I've never watched Sausage Party, but I know of it.
It's food porn.
It is food porn. Yes.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah,
no, like literally food porn. They're fucking each other.
Hot dog going into a bun.
When that first came out, there was a guy who, Seth Rogen did a prank where he put voice boxes on some of the actual meats and vegetables in an actual grocery store, and people would go to pick it up. He'd talk to the mic, and it would come out like put me down, put me down, you piece of shit.
That's so good. Holy shit. I wish I could do his laugh.
My old buddy used to. His laugh was exactly like the Seth Rogen laugh.
So funny.
My old friend.
I love his laugh so much.
Saw this one post where it's like, you imagine you take a girl on a first date and you say something funny and she laughs exactly like Seth Rogen. Like,
take her home immediately.
I remember that viral video that came out, and it was like a blooper from the that Christmas movie with Seth Rogen and Anthony Mackie and Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and he's like running, and he's like, and he's doing the laugh, and it just became a viral meme.
Yeah.
It's not even a viral video. It was more of a. It was
it's
more
just
of
a meme, right?
Yeah,
It's literally just a meme. Yeah.
Meme is like the word for viral now. It's not even like
Pretty much. Yeah.
you can't even use viral.
Anything viral becomes a meme.
It's a fucking
Like
meme.
Oprah Winfrey fell on stage and she literally said, "Well, I guess I'm a meme now,"
Yeah.
and then she became a meme.
For like a few days, but then nobody cared anymore.
Yeah, because no one really cares about Oprah.
Yeah, no one cares about Oprah. Anyways,
but
she's too rich to care. You know, fuck it.
Yeah. Anyways, this wraps up another edition of a Brew for Two podcast. I'd like to thank Bill and Jack.
Yes, thank yourself, Brad. You're a wonderful host. Thank you,
I'd like to thank Bill and Jack for coming out, and
it's always a good time when they're on.
And it's always a good time when they're on, and
you're fucking welcome.
No desk slamming this time, which is kind of nice.
Fuck! I
knew that was fucking good. I didn't have time to pick it up.
I knew as soon as I said he was going to do it.
At least give me a fucking heads up. Jesus.
You can follow me on at gingerfin92 on whatever social media device
It didn't spill, did it?
app you have.
You can follow me at King Jurek on everything, and you can follow the podcast at our Brew for Two podcast on everything.
Do you guys want to plug anything?
Fuck. Find me on Pornhub.
Use Jack the Magic Man.
Jack Magic Man, exactly.
Jack off the horse.
Jack, I'll do off the horse.
All right, guys. All right, relax. Fucking Jesus. All right.
All right.
Jack in the ass.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.